Hello, the Caravan Nut here again with a review of Holgates at Silverdale. This is an award-winning family-owned site which is in a great location to explore the South Lakes. I'm just going to go through the route that we take. We've just left the M6 at junction 35 and we're following for Carnforth. We go into the town centre, the lights in front of you, where we're going to turn right into Market Street. It is quite a busy junction. There's no dedicated right turn lane, so just you have to be a little bit careful. Going through the town centre here, there are lots of shops. Just to the right there is an Aldi and a Booth store, which is quite handy. And just coming up in front of you there is a train station, so if you want to explore a little bit further you can do. So we're just going to follow down this road for a few miles. As you continue down this road, you come to a sharp left-hand turn, which is like a double back into Sand Lane. So you carry on down this road for quite a while. The roads are a little bit narrow, but there's enough room to get two units past each other. A bit further down the road, we're going to pass over a little bridge, and we're going to approach a level crossing. I've been here several times now, and I have only seen one train come across here. It does get a little bit narrow as you're going over. Like I say, I've only ever seen one train. So you continue along this road until you come to a T-junction at the end, and there is a different route that you can take. On the sign it does ask you to turn right, which I'm going to just highlight in a second. As you come up to the end, there is a road that just bears off to the left. There is a sign on the left which tells you, which is going to come up, Holgates Silverdale off to the right. I always go left here. I find that the right turn is quite a narrow road. There's a little section where there's just enough room to get one vehicle through, so I always turn left, which I find is an easier route. Turning left actually takes you down through the town centre, and if you're following your sat nav, I would check the route before you actually go down there. Just a little bit further down this road, your sat nav might tell you to turn right at this junction, just on the right hand side. Again, that is a really tight road. There's not a great deal of room, so just ignore it. If your sat navs tell you to go that way, I would just carry on down this road. Again, it's a little bit narrow in places, but there is enough room to get two vehicles side by side. So approaching now into the town centre, you've got a bit of a sharp right hand bend, which takes you down through the Silverdale town centre. As we're driving down this road, there is a post office in the town centre, a shop and a bakery, and just on the left hand side here you can see a newly refurbished pub called the Royal, which is actually owned by the Holgates family. I've been there for a couple of meals, it's really nice. So we continue out of the town, past the school, which is on both sides of the road, and a fire station on the right hand side. As you come down this road, there's a little left turn there. You don't want to take that, it's only 6'6" wide. But there is another left turn coming up that we're going to take. If you went the other route, you'd come where that white van is coming from. But again, this is quite a sharp turn here, where we're turning into Park Road. I find this route a lot easier to get to Silverdale than going the other way. I've never had any major problems. There is only one more slight bottleneck, which is this section here. Just as you get a little bit further down, Park Road goes into Cove Road, and as you're approaching this area, there is a bus that comes through here. You can see the narrow road signs, and this is quite narrow, and it does get quite congested sometimes, so you just got to be careful as you're coming up through here. Look a bit further down, there's a little bit of a sharp right hand bend again. Sometimes you can get stuck at this point, but again there is plenty of room for to get through. As I go around the corner, you can see there's a couple of vehicles that do come towards me, but I just sit back and let them through. You can see it's not a very wide road. So from here to the actual site, it's not that far, but as I say, there are little bits of passing places that you can just move into, as I do here, but it can be a little bit tight. You can arrive at the site at 2 o'clock, I think it is, so I would be careful of avoiding coming down any earlier, because you have to leave your pitch by 12 o'clock, so that's the time where you, in between probably 11:30 to 12:30, where you get quite a lot of vehicles coming back through. So you carry on a little bit further down the road, and the site's on the right hand side. So as you turn into the site, I usually park on the left hand side to go into the reception, or there's a hatched area just to the right hand side there. I sometimes park on that, and then I can go up to the reception to book in. So once you've parked up, you go up to the reception on the right hand side. When you book in, you'll be given your passes for the pool. The only downside to coming here is that when you're booking, you can't request a specific pitch. You just have to turn up and see what's available. All the pitches, there are 85 of them, are fully serviced. There is a water and waste point, which is always right next to the van when you park up, and there's also a socket on there for an aerial. So if you haven't got a lead with you, they do sell them in the shop. The prices at the moment, it is one of the dearer sites. It's £37.50 per night for 2 adults, and then it's an extra £4.60 per child. I know it is a little bit expensive, but for the facilities they've got on this site, I think it's a really good site to go to, and we love going up here. Just to the left of where we parked, there is a 9-hole pitch and putt. You get your golf clubs from the main reception. You can actually go around that as many times as you want. So we're going to approach the barrier. You give your registration into the main reception, and it's number plate recognition, so it is a secure site. Just to the right hand side is the main complex, where there is the pool area and the gym, the shops, which I'll show you a little bit later. They do sell static caravans here as well. These are the caravans that are for sale on the right hand side. So as we go up through the park here, we're going to bear off to the left towards a touring area. There's a park just on the right hand side here for children. There's quite a lot of open area here, which is handy for you can play football there or whatever you want to do. This is the first section of touring vehicles. There are some to the left, and normally to the right they have touring vehicles there, but it is October, I think, so they're using it for storage. Some of the pitches on this top side are a little bit uneven, so you have to have plenty of blocks with you to wedge your steadies. So we're going a little bit further down into the site. Just to the left of this point here, if you're in a motorhome, is the area for the waste drop there. So it's quite a big area, and it's very easy to get onto. So we're going into the touring area. There's some touring pitches just to the left hand side. I say they're all fully serviced, and the points are just next to the vans, so it's really good, not far to go. The first toilet block at the bottom end of the site is just to the left here where this white van is. So there's a toilet block there, and there's one a little bit further up. I like to go to the very top of the site, because it's a little bit quieter. They also have, if you can just see as we go up this hill to the left hand side, they also have the glamping pods which are available to hire. There's another part to the right hand side. The pitches are quite big, and there's enough room for your caravan, your awning, and also to park your vehicle there. There is an extra cost for an extra vehicle if you want to bring 2 vehicles up. I'm not sure what that is because we've never done that. If you're going to go over to the right hand side pitches, that is a dead end, so just be careful. I would probably back in from this road rather than trying to drive up there. So the area that I like to go to, if you can, like I said, you can't book your pitches, it's just a case of turning up and finding a pitch. You can just see a pod up to the left there. There's these pitches on the right hand side. I didn't go to the top of the site here this time when I visited. I'm going to take this next pitch on the right hand side. There is a toilet block. You can just see it over the roof of the motorhome on the right hand side. And there are about another 15 pitches up ahead. It's a one-way system. It goes in a full circle and you come back down the hill. So just having a look at the pitch there. This one on that we went on wasn't quite level, so we had to do a bit of levelling. That's the toilet block that is behind where we were pitched up. The toilet blocks are cleaned 3 times a day. They can get a little bit busy in peak times. They have recently been refurbished, so they look a little bit different than the pictures that you're going to see a little bit later on. They're very clean, very warm, and they, like I said, they have just been refurbished. To the back of the toilet area is the Elsen drop, where you can obviously drop your toilet, and there's also a recycling area just to the side of each toilet block. There's also a food preparation and washing area within the toilet blocks, again, which is really well maintained, kept very clean. This is the main bar area. Food is served in the summer months 9 till 9, and during winter it's 9 till 7. The section that you can see is adults only, which is quite nice. There's no children running around, and this is the main dining area. Beyond the doors there is another area where you can sit, and there is another room called the Blue Room, which is a bit further around. The food here is really good, quite reasonably priced, and they do a really good breakfast, which we've had a few times. They've also just recently had a new ice cream parlour put in there, Walling's ice cream, which is really nice. Just to the back of the main complex is the laundry room, so there are washers and dryers in there, and there's ironing points as well. They've also got a play area for children, which is just near that. There is a 6-lane bowling alley available on site as well. During the week, Monday to Thursday, it's £15 per hour, and in the evening, 5 till 9, it's £20 per hour. On Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and peak days, they do charge £20 per hour, and it's £12 per half hour. There's also an arcade with various machines that you can use, and a pool table. You can book the bowling at main reception. I would strongly advise that during peak times because it does get busy. There is a shop on site which is quite reasonably priced. They stock lots of different items, and they do sell some caravan spares as well, swimsuits and stuff for if you forgot them, if you want to use a swimming pool. The swimming pool is available to use while you're on your stay. It's open 9 till 5, and there is a 5:45 till 7 an adult swim, and then at 7 till 9 p.m. again everybody can go in the pool. There's a sauna, a jacuzzi, and lockers in the changing room, which are 50 pence. During the morning on a Tuesday, Friday and Saturday they have an aquafit from 9:15 till 10, and on a Sunday between 10 and 11 in the morning they have a splash event for children where they put loads of inflatables in the pool, which is really good fun, and they also run that on bank holidays. So I hope you've liked this review of Holgates at Silverdale. Please hit like and subscribe. I'll be doing more videos soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much from the Caravan Nut.